Yeah. We locked in. CJ Moneyway. Welcome to the CJ Moneyway Show. Powered by Bleav Network. Let's work. We uncover the real stories, success, resilience, purpose. I'm your host. CJ Moneyway. Today's guest, he knows the grind. He knows the burnout. He knows the break of rock. Listen close. Moe Choice. Built 12 businesses across 4 continents. Scaled 2 to exit. Invested in 6 more, but the story didn't stop at the wins. When life hit hard, personal loss. Wiped out during COVID. Moe didn't quit. Never. He rebuilt with freedom at the center. That's the key. The 260 program. The 6-figure freedom framework. Helping solopreneurs hit those 15K to 50K months without sacrificing the life. Build it right. We talking escaping the busy trap. Why expertise alone isn't enough. Building a business that funds the dream, not drains it. Let's go. Let's get into it, Moneyway. Moneyway. Moneyway.
Hey, what's up, my good people? Welcome to the CJ Moneyway Show, powered by Bleav Network, the podcast where we uncover the real stories behind success, resilience, and purpose. I'm your host, CJ Moneyway. Today's guest, y'all, me and my man Moe Choice was talking backstage, is someone who knows the grind, the burnout, and the breakthrough. Moe has built 12 businesses across 4 continents. And we ain't gonna talk about the way that my man Moe get around 2 months here, 2 months there, 4 months here, 5 months here. My man in France right now, woo wee wee, and he scaled to the exit and invested in 6 more. But when life knocked him down from personal loss to being wiped out during COVID, he rebuilt with freedom at the center. Today, through the 216 program and his 6-figure freedom framework, Moe helps solopreneurs grow to $15,000 to $50,000 a month without sacrificing their lives in the process. Hey, so with no longer ado, welcome my man Moe Choice to the show. Hey, what's up, Moe?
What's up, CJ Moneyway? Thanks for having me.
Thank you for taking the time out your day, man, from looking at the Eiffel Towers and things of that nature, man, you know, with the beautiful site where you at, man, to come join your boy on the CJ Moneyway Show, man. Appreciate it.
It's my pleasure, CJ. Thanks for having me.
So, Moe, man, let me ask you, man, from burnout to breakthrough, you've built 12 businesses and scaled to the exit. But you walked away. What was the breaking point that made you say, you know, enough is enough?
Having to answer to idiots. When I had this idea of becoming an entrepreneur, and by the way, I'm not an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner. I took concepts that I knew could make money and I just tried to replicate that. That for me is not entrepreneurship. There was no innovation really in it. So I took some ideas that I saw that was working and I said, let me do it. And the vision, CJ, was I get freedom. I'm the boss. Freedom. No freedom, because I had loans and I had bankers and I had investors and I had staff and regulators. And it was like, I don't get to live the life that I want to live on my terms by doing this. And it got to the stage, I think 2012, my best friend passed away, 38 years old, from a heart attack. Deeply unhappy, but he always lived life on his own terms. And I thought, okay, I'm going to do what he wanted to do, but I'm going to win. He did what he wanted to do, but he lost. I was going to do what he wanted to do and win, or what he was doing and win. And that was to do whatever the fuck I wanted to do, however I wanted to do it, from wherever I chose to be, with whoever I wanted to be with, without having to explain myself to nobody. And the minute that hit me, that that's what I want for sure, it took me 3 years to get there, weaving and dealing and fighting and arguing and battling. And then I just left everything behind. And blank slate, start fresh, design it the way I want to design it. That was 10 years ago, practically to the date, 30th of August, 10 years is when I finished my 10-year plan. Wow. And I'm about to hit 10 years, 5 days from now. 5 days from now, CJ, I didn't even realize before the call. 5 days from now, I hit my 10 years.
Hey, congratulations, man. You know, I guess 10 years is a big thing, man, because I'm on some 10-year stuff too. 10 years anniversary book this year, man, in November, you know, and then
Oh,
another 10 year, and it's not so glorious. My father passed away
oh,
7 days after my book was published. My father
oh
passed away, so
no.
I'm going on a 10-year thing for that too, man. So it's funny that you say that because I was going through stuff in my mind on how to do different type of campaigns and things for the 10-year, man. So maybe you can help me out, man, because since you're already on a 10-year break and you out there doing the thing, man. Hey, so Mo, man, let me ask you, man. You know, we talked backstage earlier about, you said that you started, it took you 3 years wielding and dealing and things of that nature. So that was that brick by brick mentality that we was talking about when you start things brick by brick, man. So let me just ask you, man, when you like to tell somebody that's starting off fresh right now and they on their first day, you going on 10 years experience doing this, on their first day, their first journey, and say, you know what? I want to be a business owner, take concepts that's already proven to work, you know what I'm saying, and try to make them, you know, make them into my own ideas and things of that nature. What type of mindset do you feel someone needs to have when going into, you know, saying a project or a business or something of this nature?
So just a couple of things. So I built businesses over 20 years, right? 12 businesses over 20 years. I've been 10 years solopreneuring, meaning no longer a business owner, but doing my own thing in my own way. And we could talk about that too, but I'll get to the business side first. There's three things I think that have to be true. You have to commit to a lifestyle, not to a business or an idea. You have to commit to a lifestyle. So if I say I'm going to be a business owner, what kind of life am I going to be living? Right? What kind of a life am I going to be living? Am I going to have kids? Am I going to have weekends off? Am I going to have a break? Am I going to be able to take 6 weeks to go to Vegas with my buddies? Am I going to be able to, right? What sacrifices do I have to make? And how is that going to impact on my day to day? What do I have to give up today? What do I have to give up 5 years from now, 10 years? And you have to be really clear on what you're prepared to do and what you're not prepared to do, the non-negotiables, right? And then if that life doesn't match the tactics, the business idea, the investment, the operations that you have to perform, if that doesn't map, then you're fucked. You're fucked. So there has to be this idea of what I'm doing today is going to help me live this life 10 years from now, 7 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, but also day to day, because 10 years is a long time. It's daily. That's 3,650 days you're going to live through this period to hopefully get what you want at the end. So in terms of mindset, it's what are you willing to do? And are these expectations realistic? And are you sure you can handle them? And if you are clear on all of that, it's like, you know, if someone wants to go play ball in America, if they want to be a baller, an American footballer or a boss, they know they can't go drinking. They can't go and eat McDonald's. They have to have strict diet, work on their physique, sleep well, eat well, no partying with their friends, no going and smoking weed on the weekend. They got to focus. That's mindset. It's like, I know what I'm going into and I know what I have to do to get there. Most people don't want it enough, usually because they're not clear or because they're not willing to do the sacrifice. So once you have that, then you can make a commitment. And a commitment sounds like this. There is no alternative. This is the path, and there is no alternative. Once you can make that commitment, it becomes your priority. Anything that gets in the way of that commitment, cut it out of your life. Anything that gets in the way. Marriage, kids, whatever gets in the way of that commitment, out. Temporarily, but out for now. Right? And so you need that commitment, and then you need that focus, that prioritization, that this is the only thing that matters right now. And then you can take responsibility for your life. Only then.
I like that, man. That was a lot, but I like it. Let me go back to something that you said, though, man, that caught my attention, really.
Yes.
You said that you got to think about what type of lifestyle you want to live, what are the things that you want to do, and what are the things that you can do without. And one thing you said, man, you know, you said spending 6 weeks in Vegas with your buddies. Man, who spends 6 weeks in Vegas, man? Only Moe Choice, man. Come on, Mo, man. Can't nobody go to Vegas for 6 weeks.
That's when you got money.
Hey, yeah.
It's either because you have money, CJ Moneyway, or it's because you ran out of money and you're stuck there.
Hey.
Am I right?
One of the two, man. Yeah, one of the two. I'm going to be washing dishes. That's exactly what I'm going to say. I'm going to be washing dishes or be the one that get kicked out of the casino, like on Casino, the movie Casino, where they move my man out and he say, open the door with his head. Hey, that'd be me. They'd be opening the door with my head, man. Because CJ be out there broke as I don't know what, 6 weeks, man. 6 days, my pocket inside out. Hey, so, Mo, man, let me ask you, man. I'm dead serious. Hey, you faced bankruptcy, burnout, and starting over again. What mindset shift allowed you to rebuild stronger after COVID wiped everything out?
The thing is, COVID was the second rebuild. The first rebuild was when I lost everything and started my new way of living. Mm-hmm. And that was all based on in-house hospitality-based work. And then COVID wiped all of that out. So actually it was much easier then because I'd already been through I've lost everything, I have to start again. So instead of taking me 3.5, 4 years to get to where I wanted, it only took me a matter of months because I just replicated the system. And the system is, do I know what I want? Yes. Do I know what I'm good at? Yes. How do I use what I'm good at to get what I want? And the things that I'm not good at, how do I learn them as quickly as fucking possible? That's the only two things I thought about. What can I do to make money now with my skills? And what skills do I need to learn to make more money? Mm-hmm. And that's all I focused on.
So let me ask you, you said it was your second time. So, you said the second time that, the transition was better because I've been through this before. So I knew some of the tactics that I could use or whatever that helped me prepare the first time. Yeah.
Framework.
So,
yeah.
So let me ask you. So the first time that you went through this, the first time you lost everything, what was that feeling like? You know what I'm saying? When you look at it, you built something brick by brick, and we know how hard that is to build something from scratch and then to be successful at what you're doing, man, and just lose it all, man. Explain that to us for a second.
Well, it was a choice because I was trying to get everything I wanted, but I had investors and I had other people involved. Mm-hmm. And I realized that the only way to get what I want is to cut the cord, cut the tie, right? So I intentionally walked away from everything. I didn't lose it. And that's a different feeling to losing something, right? Without wanting to lose it, let's say.
Yeah, yeah.
But the hard bit was the realization, CJ, that to get what I want, I have to be prepared to give up everything I have. Mm. That's a bitter pill to swallow.
Yeah.
It's like everything I have to give up to get what I want. And there's this beautiful line in Fight Club, right? Where he says, only when you lose everything are you free to do anything. Mm. And so that feeling of having the freedom to decide to do whatever I wanted, however I wanted to do it, without having to ask for anyone's permission, that was a much better carrot. A much bigger and juicier carrot for me than what I'd lost. Because what I'd lost ultimately was all the shit I didn't want. I just wanted the money and the status from it. But you can't have money and status without the thing. And I didn't want the thing.
Yeah.
And so it took me 3 years to accept this idea, huh, CJ? Mm. Like 3 years of me bullshitting myself and deluding myself and talking myself out of it and being a chicken shit and avoiding the conversations and trying to be clever about how I was going to do it and finding a conniving plan to get none of it worked. And it got to a stage where I was like, I either throw myself off the balcony or I leave everything behind. That's the only two ways out of this.
Oh, man. So you had to leave some people behind.
I left everything behind. So I used to run one of the most popular nightclubs in history in Dubai, right? Urban Saturday. Right. So it was my DJ, Danny Neville, or my partnership with Danny Neville. And we did the deal with the nightclub White. And I went to that night and it was 2,000 people every Saturday, urban hip hop, right? Urban music, hip hop mainly. And I went to that party and partied like it was my last night in Dubai because I knew it was going to be with my passport in my pocket. And then I called the driver, said, pick me up. And I went straight to the airport. Not even a bag, CJ, not even a bag in my hand, my passport in my pocket. And I said, one-way ticket to London.
Mm. That's how you exit out, man. That's how you exit out of Dubai.
That's how I exit fucking backstage. That's how I exited out.
Oh, man. You say walking out sideways, had the time of his life and said, you know what? Hey, so let me ask you, man. So was this the beginning of your traveling expedition?
This was the beginning of me saying I want to explore the world and I want to do what I want and I want to go wherever I want, whenever I choose to. That was the beginning of that, yes. 8th of February, 2015.
Y'all may see my man Moe Choice being chill right now, but my man got some frequent flyer miles on him, man. If he had some stamps, he'll be all stamped out, man. Hey, so Mo, man, let me ask you, man, since we talking about money, $15,000, $50,000 months and the freedom framework, which you talked about earlier. Why do most solopreneurs struggle to hit 15,000 months consistently?
It is a hard number. I don't know if I can give you the right answer, but the reason they don't hit that number, there's 3 reasons, actually. The first is how they position themselves in the market, right? How are you positioning yourself? Like, what kind of outcome are you going to help me get? And who? You know, when you walk on a high street or in a mall and you see a restaurant and you look at the restaurant, you go, that's the restaurant I want to eat in. You just know. You know it's a steakhouse, and you know it's high end, or you know it's like a Chinese buffet and it's a $10 quick in and out, or you know it's a pizza and it's going to be, you know, an expensive pizza, or it's a family diner, or it's a place where you take your girl out on a date. You know that. You know that's the restaurant I want to go to for this particular reason. Most people don't know how to position. They try to be everything. I'm a restaurant that does I do burgers and fries and ice cream and donuts and pizza and Chinese, and I welcome everyone. If you have a date, or if you have a family, or if you want to be loud, or if you want to be quiet, you can't. You can't open a restaurant like that. And so most people position themselves to too many people. They don't niche. That's the first problem. The second problem is they don't have a compelling offer, right? The offer is always the process. I'm going to build you this system, and then I'm going to put these processes in. And no one fucking wants to pay you for systems and processes. They want to pay you for the outcome. The analogy I give, CJ, is you and I go to your favorite restaurant, right? In Chicago. I'll pay the bill. You pick the restaurant, I pay the bill, right?
Okay.
What restaurant are you picking?
Oh, damn, we just came from that. You know why I can't even
I get the bill. I'll get the bill, CJ. You don't have to worry about the bill.
I'm trying to think of the name. It's my favorite restaurant in Chicago. I know they got that fondue. I would have to ask my wife. But anyway.
Okay, so we go to the restaurant and we sit down and we want to order the food, right? And then the chef comes out before he makes the food and he says, I'm not going to make your food yet. I'm going to explain to you how we're going to make your food. It's like, motherfucker, shut the fuck up and get back in the kitchen. Just leave us. Just bring us the food. We don't need to know the details. Yeah. That's the problem most solopreneurs make, and entrepreneurs. They're trying to sell you the details. No one cares about the details. The reason I'm paying you money is because I don't have time to think about the details. Why am I now going? Right. So that's the second problem people make. The third is they have a build it and they will come mentality. I'm going to build a nice website. I'm going to build a nice funnel. I'm going to build a nice email sequence. And people are just going to come and throw their money at me. No, they're not. You have to go and persuade, particularly at the beginning. You have to go and persuade people to give you their money. And when you've got enough kudos, you look on your Google Maps and you see the restaurant that says 375 5-star reviews. They've got the kudos now. That's build it and they will come. You've built the credibility, not the fucking website. Or the idea. No one's going to pay you for a website. They're going to pay you for credibility. That's what you have to build. And the more credibility you have, the more people are going to talk about you, the more people can see what you've done. Then they'll come and pay you. And people want to fast track that, right? So position yourself to a particular group of people and be clear. People want to pay for clarity and certainty, not for what the fuck is that restaurant? What the hell does that guy do? No one's going to pay you for that. Positioning, offer, I'm going to get you what you want and forget the details. And then outreach, which is I'm going to go and find the people that I need to help that are going to pay me and persuade them to part with their money. Ooh.
Oh, man. And you know what? I still can't think of this restaurant, man. This is the only one we really go to in Chicago, man.
You know where to find it?
Yeah, we just went there a couple weeks.
We go find it. We don't need to know the name. We just go find it. You see, the name doesn't matter.
Yeah,
the name doesn't matter. The menu doesn't matter. Nothing matters. As long as we go and have a good meal, we're happy, right?
Yeah, I like that, though. You know what I'm saying? You say, don't nobody really care about the ingredients that you're putting in the steak, man. Just bring me my steak. You know what I'm saying? Like,
imagine, right? Imagine that, you know, in the airline, you know, my frequent flyer miles, right? So I'm on the airline I'm watching a movie, right? Leave me the fuck alone. I'm watching. They got to stop the fucking movie. They got to interrupt the movie to say, we're going to be flying at an altitude of 30. It's like, I don't give a fuck how far why do I care what the altitude is?
All I know is that we high. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't know the difference between 10,000 feet and 20,000 feet when I'm up there, man. I don't know the difference.
All I see is
know
clouds. I look out the window, all I see is clouds. I don't need to fucking know if it's 37,000 or 47,000 feet. Just let me watch my fucking movie. Leave me alone.
And all I know is I just hope that we land safely to wherever we going and that this thing don't fly out the sky.
You don't give a fuck how many engines. You don't give a fuck what Boeing it is. You don't give a fuck where the pilot learned his fucking how to fly. You don't give a shit about any. Just land me safe and sound in the right airport at the right time. And I'll shut the fuck up and I'll give you a 5-star review. Right?
Hey, that's how it works. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what they call the friendly skies will just make this thing as friendly as possible, man. And we've been having some issues up there in the friendly skies of late, man.
I heard. Man, Boeing, I'll put a question mark on Boeing. I'll tell you that much.
Hey, man. A lot of question marks on a lot of things, but we won't even go there, man. I may have to get my passport and get me a stamp to Dubai or to the wee state, you know what I'm saying, country, French, you know, and go dance on the Eiffel Tower. Man, I've never been there neither. And I've never been to Dallas either. And was a big Dallas Cowboy fan for about 30 years. I was a Cowboy fan for a long time.
Smith days?
Oh, yeah. Tony Dorsett days. I go all the way back to Tony Dorsett and Danny White. Now, I go back to the 80s, man. I might look a little younger than I am, Mo, man. But, you know, I'm out there, man. I'm in the 50-50 club, man.
Listen, when I'm in Dallas, you come down to Dallas, I'll invite you to a restaurant there, okay?
All right. I want to go to Jerry Jones. Well, since it's on you, then we're going to go to one of Jerry Jones' restaurants inside Texas Stadium. I know you said you're going to be there in a couple months, man, so you let me know, man. Hey, so let me ask you, Mo, man. You created the 6-figure freedom framework. Can you walk us through how it actually works?
So the first thing we do is we think about what I said to you earlier, which is what kind of life do you want to live?
Mm-hmm.
What's the life that you want to live? So I'll give you an example. The life that I want to live is a life where I'm doing whatever the fuck I want, whenever I want, from wherever I choose to be in the world, without having to speak to anybody about it, right? That's the life I want to live. So we have to start there, because then every decision becomes is this decision going to get me there?
Mm-hmm.
Is marriage going to get me there? No. Is buying a building and having to look after it going to get me there? No. Is signing a 5-year contract with no get out clause going to get me there? No. So it just helps you make decisions. It becomes your decision-making funnel, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing. Second thing is, what do I want to give back to the world? Like, how am I the most useful, right? Because business is quite simple. The market judges you, not your mentor or the Shark Tank people or Donald Trump. The market judges whether what you have is good enough, right? Mm-hmm. The second thing you have to think about is, how am I going to present value to the market where she's going to reward me with money?
Mm-hmm.
And it should be using all your skills, all your competencies, all your experiences, all your network, all the access that you have. It should be putting all of that together and packaging that properly.
Mm-hmm.
How do I package that properly, right? That's the second part of the framework. Positioning, we call it. Then it's, okay, what's the offer? And the offer, pro tip, is the outcome. I want to land in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Safely. That's the only thing people give a fuck about, right? So what is the outcome that you're going to get people? And then you go get the proof that you know how to get people that outcome, right? That's the social proof. That's the credibility that you need. So you got the philosophy. What do you want, right? The vision. Then you've got the positioning, the packaging of your value. Then you've got the offer that's outcome-based. And then you've got the credibility, the proof. And then it's all about persuasion, CJ Moneyway. Can I find the right people, and can I persuade them to pay me for that value? And those are the only two skills that you need to learn, right? Finding people and persuading them to give you their money. And if you learn those two skills, you can do anything you want. Anything.
Man.
Check out the movement. Family, real quick. Lean in. If you're listening to this right now, then you already know the Moneyway ain't just a podcast. It's a movement. So make sure you tap into everything we building.
Yeah.
to Moneyway moving music. New tracks dropping every week. It's the CJ Moneyway Show. Global ranked, purpose-driven voices. Moneyway mindset. Daily inspiration. Real talk, no fluff. You can find it all right now on Instagram, YouTube, and everywhere you stream. Just search out to Moneyway. That's where purpose lives. That's where the next level starts. And that's where we leveling up. Together. Now let's get back to the show.
Man, I guess I don't have that persuasion type mentality, man. So that's why I got kicking with my man Moe a little bit. Moe, you know, we're gonna have to have a business trip in Dallas,
We'll
man.
talk about it in Dallas. We'll talk up there. You go. We'll talk persuasion on a Texas barbecue. What else do you want? Huh?
Hey, you couldn't ask for nothing else, man. Let's go get this Jerry Jones money, man. And so Gully definitely don't want to pay my man Parson. So let me ask you, Moe, man. Yeah. You don't, man. It's crazy. You know, I just got through watching that Dallas commentary on Netflix. The other day, I just got through watching it because that was when I was a Cowboy fan.
All right.
Man, Jerry Jones built that thing brick by brick too, man. He went against all the odds. And like you say, we talking a businessman that can negotiate and get things done. He was getting things done that he wasn't supposed to get done. You know, the league had certain things in protocol in place. He went against all of that. But like I was telling my wife, we were sitting here looking at it and, you know, she was asking questions. I said, you know what? But he changed the whole landscape of how sports, you know what I'm saying, go as far as getting marketed by teams or like, you know, like arenas getting named after banks and things of that nature or whatever. Yeah, commercial. You know, I'm like, he changed the whole landscape, how they operate with that, man. So I need to be with business-minded people like Moe and Jerry Jones, man. Not that I'm a big Jerry Jones fan, but I know money when I see money. And so that's for sure. So let me ask you, Moe, man, what's the most common mistakes you see solopreneurs make when trying to scale their income?
It depends, CJ, what you mean by scale. So this is an important thing to think about.
Mm-hmm.
You can grow your income, right? Which means you can make more money doing more of the same thing. Scaling your income really is when you're making more money with less effort, right? That's scale, right? It's this idea that I can make even more, I can leverage my position, I can leverage my offer to make even more money with less of my time, less of my effort. Relatively speaking, I'm talking about. So normally, if I have to open an In-N-Out burger and then I have to open a second In-N-Out burger to double my revenue, then it's the same effort from both. But if I open an In-N-Out burger and then I introduce delivery, I could double my revenue with only a small extra, which is the bikes and the extra stuff. You understand the point? So do you want to talk about scale or do you want to talk about just growing revenue? Which one's the one that you
Let's talk about just growing, because I don't think a lot of us into the scale, and although that's the big thing, but first thing first, though, you know what I'm saying? You got to grow in order to scale,
I want to make more money. The biggest mistake they make is not focusing on proof first, right? So if you want to sell, you need to prove. Alex Hormozy did a roundtable the other day, and he said, if you have social proof, you don't even have to talk. You can just present your social proof on a slideshow and just go next, 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 next. Then at the end say, who wants to work with me? And you'll have a bigger line than everybody else. And he's absolutely right. So you need to go and get proof. Well, how do I get proof if I don't have customers? Go and do it for free. If you don't have proof, you know, if you're a band, right, CJ Moneyway, if you're the Jackson 5 and no one's paying you to sing, no one's paying you to perform, what's your alternative? You have to perform for free. You have to go around to all the venues and say, hey, we ready to sing and dance for free. And then maybe one day someone will pay us. Right? That's what you have to do. And that's the biggest mistake that they make, is that they don't get proof that they will land you safely in Dallas. Their airline's going to land you safely in Dallas. The more proof you have of that, the more people are willing to pay you to land them safely in Dallas. It's that simple.
So no proof, no finances. Start getting some proof, building up on your, what we call portfolio type, as we would say. Well, you start seeing the results.
I have a caveat to that. You can guarantee the outcome. So you can say, until you land safely in Dallas, you don't have to pay me. Right?
Yeah.
So you can do it that way too. You can offer a guarantee. Now you put those two things together, proof and a guaranteed outcome. You're already in the top 1% with from the competition. Already, just with those two things.
Proof and proof. Well,
proof and a guarantee.
Guarantee.
Like you imagine we go to that restaurant of yours, CJ, in Chicago, the one you keep forgetting the name of, right?
Still can't think of it.
Let's imagine we go to the restaurant, and let's imagine we order the food, and let's imagine the food don't show up. And then they bring you the check.
Mighty check.
What the fuck are you doing? Here's the check, but the food didn't show up. Yeah, but we still spent time trying to make you your food. We still have bills to pay and salaries to pay and wages and electricity. Yeah, but you didn't bring me my food.
Yeah.
That's how people operate. I didn't get you the result, but I'm still going to charge you for my time.
I get it. Papa Do's. That's the name of the restaurant.
Papa Do's?
Papa Do's. Yeah.
Put that in my notes so that
I love the seafood platter, man. Seafood platter and the fondue is delicious.
Papa Do's, Chicago.
Yeah. Hey, so Papa Do's, I put y'all on the map, man. You know what I'm saying? Sponsor the CJ Moneyway Show. So I can start growing.
Papa Do's, Chicago. Oh, we're definitely doing this.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, man, it's the bomb, man. The food is great. So let me ask you, Mo, man, escaping the being busy trap. You talk about the trap of being busy, or busy being busy. How can someone who's listening right now know if they're stuck in it, and how do they get out of that being busy?
There's only two things you need to do as a solopreneur, right? There's only two things you need to do. You need to get the outcome that the client paid you for, and you need to find new clients. That's it. Anything that you're doing that isn't delivering to your paying clients or finding new paying clients is busy being busy. Here's a simple solution. Wake up, look in your calendar. If you have no clients to serve today, all you're going to be fucking doing is finding new clients. And I'll tell you, this is super easy. Let's imagine we needed to hunt our own food, CJ. We couldn't go to Trader Joe's or you know what I mean? We couldn't go to these places and just pick up our food. We had to hunt our own food like in the old days. Remember? Right?
Yeah.
And let's say you and I decided we're going to fish. We're just going to go catch some fish to eat. If we don't catch the fish, we don't eat. Fair? Kids don't eat. Wife doesn't eat. Family doesn't eat. No one eats. So I come to the lake and I see you sitting in the boat and there's no bait on the hook. There's no hook in the lake. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Hey, I'm busy talking to my man, or I'm busy. It's like, no, you need to put the bait in the lake to catch the fish. That's anything else is busy being busy. I got to clean the boat. I got to fix my shoe. I got to change the music on this. It's like, no, that's all busy bullshit. You got to put the bait in the lake until a fish bites. Anything other than that is busy being busy.
Well, I guess I'm busy being busy, Mo, man, because as far as feeding the family, if I had to go out there and fish, I think we'll all be starving. I've never been fishing before in my whole life. Never. They say people used to go out and go fish and go on a boat and drink beers and stuff.
CJ Moneyway, we can pick up a shotgun. We can go hunting if you want.
Mo, man, there's certain things that I just don't do, and going in the woods is one of them. I'm not.
By the way, this is an interesting caveat, though. There was a post, I don't know who posted it on X, on Twitter, and they said these are the 5 best business decisions I've made, right? The 5 best investments. Hire a gardener, hire a cleaner, hire a chef. And I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? And he's right. Why? Because he says, if you can go to the supermarket and do the shopping, right? Then, or if you get them to deliver the shopping to your house, that's going to save you a drive to the supermarket. That's going to save you walking around and queuing up. How much time? And you could be looking for customers. If you don't go hunting for your food, if you just go to the supermarket and buy it, then you don't have to go for the hunt and sit there and wait for the birds or the duck or the whatever it is. That's the point. That's busy being busy. So if you can outsource things, but what are you doing with the time you're saving? Looking for clients.
Yeah.
What else are you doing? Make sense?
Yeah, it make a lot of sense. Like you say, the delegate, you know what I'm saying? Delegate, automate, and there's something else I forget. Yeah, it has to be done. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in that position myself where, where you have to do everything. At some point, you just can't do everything. No. You need help doing what. And then too, you need people that's smarter than you sometimes, you know what I'm saying, that know how to do certain things
Better than you. Yeah.
They're better than you.
I have a couple of takes on this. Someone's challenged me the other day. They said, you're not a solopreneur. You got a VA. You got someone helping you with your webinar funnel. I was like, yeah, but that's like saying you're not a solopreneur. You got a hairdresser or you take your car to the car wash. It's like, yeah, there's people that help me do things. But what makes me a solopreneur is I don't have to ask them for anything and I can replace them tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes you a solopreneur. It's like you're not dependent on someone. So if we flip that into we're going to find someone smarter than me, the problem with that idea, and I'm not saying it's a bad idea, I'm saying the problem with it is you need to be independent of others. You need to be able to do everything someone else can do.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You need to be able to do that as a solopreneur. That's why I say just break it down simply. Learn how to go fishing, the metaphor, right? To go find your own clients in your own way. And you can do it. Someone might be better than you at that, but at the end of the day, you know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not reliant on them.
Yeah.
And of course, if they're better, they can show you how to be better. And the second thing I wanted to say is another mistake solopreneurs make is they delegate the stuff they don't know how to do at all.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you going to hold that person accountable if you don't know how to do it? How are you going to hire a salesperson and say, you need to be closing 3 calls a day and you need to be booking in 12 calls a week? How are you going to do that if you've never done it?
Mm.
And so my tactic is get good at something and delegate that thing so that you can get good at the next thing.
Mm. Yeah. And I like what you said too, but I think I said this not too long ago, that I believe that especially starting off, when you starting off, you learning everything because you're doing everything as you go. So when you do begin delegating things, at least you know how the process go. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not naive to how this go because I've been doing it for whatever. I may not be doing it to the best, that it can be, but I know the basis of it. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. I think sometimes, and you have to start off like that just so that you would know certain things in your business and things of that nature. So let me ask you, man, I only got a couple more questions for you, Mo, man. It's been a pleasure.
Anytime.
First, where can we find you at, man? Where can we find you on social media, man? Where can we find your 6-figure framework program at, man? Where can we find Moe Choice besides France right now?
So you could just Google Moe Choice, M-O-E Choice. There's only one Moe Choice. I'm on LinkedIn most of the time. I'm trying to build out my YouTube channel. That's Moe Choice, at Moe Choice as well. But on LinkedIn, you can find me. You can connect with me there. And I have an invitation for your listeners. CJ, if you want me to share that now, I'm happy to share that now too.
Oh, go ahead.
So it's mochoice.com, my website, /podcast. And when you go there, this is a gift I'm giving to you for listening to this podcast. You're going to see registration page to a live demonstration of the 6-figure freedom framework. So we go live and it depends when you release this, but we go live fairly regularly every 4 or 5 weeks with this. So you'll be able to see the upcoming one on that website, on that landing page. Sign up, turn up, and you'll see me deliver the framework live and answer all of your questions. And because of CJ Moneyway, I've put a couple of bonuses on there too that will give you some extra context in terms of what else you need to think about.
I like that, man. Appreciate that. Hey, say that you listen to the show on the CJ Moneyway Show, and my man Moe Choice got some bonus gifts for you, man, and show you how to make this money and live the life that Mo money. I like that, man. It'll teach you how to position yourself and grow, then scale, and then delegate stuff or automate stuff, man, so that you can run a successful business and be able to travel like my man Mo here. So Mo, man, let me ask you, man, just a couple more questions. Office growth and legacy. Well, we talk about legacy, which I know you probably say, I don't give a about legacy, CJ. I just want to do this. Right? So can you share a client story where applying your framework changed everything for them and it was good for you to see this, the change that they made?
There's lots, but I'll tell you this story because I think this is an interesting one. So Adina Samuels, she is a ghostwriter, and she came to me and said, I'm doing some ghostwriting on the side, but I've still got my job and I don't want to give up my job because I need to make my money. And usually I think, you got to go all in. You got to go all in to the solopreneurship. Otherwise it's not going to work. But we came up with a plan of how she could stay in her job, learn the skills that she needed for solopreneur, test the skills so that she sees they work, and then she can go all into solopreneurship. And she managed to do this very, very quickly. Within 4 weeks, she got her first client using my system. Within 4 weeks, right? That's the record. And within 4 months, she quit her $65,000 a year job, and she's earning $200,000 a year as a ghostwriter solo. Within 4 months. And so the reason I share that story is sometimes you got to come up with a strategy that supports your fears and your desires and your environment. There's not like a one size fits all. And my attitude was like, no, she has to give up. But then I thought about it and I'm like, why does she have to give up? Let's see if we can work it another way. So the moral of that story is, if you implement the framework, no matter how you implement the framework, if you implement it, it will work. And you can go as quickly or as slowly as you want, and you can build it in whatever way you want, but it has to be built. Kind of like a song. Do we write the music first, or do we write the lyrics first, or do we come up with the melody first? It doesn't fucking matter, but all three have to come together for you to be able to produce that song. And so it's the same thing with the framework. For you to be able to produce income, revenue as a solopreneur, those items have to come together. Position, the offer, the outreach, doesn't matter order we do them in, and you can figure out the right way to do it that suits your lifestyle, your needs, your financial situation, but will still get you there at the end.
So when you talk about the lady that ghostwriting for books and everything, does she do all gems or just certain gems she do? I'm pretty sure 200,000 a year, she do a little everything.
We niche. She targets CEOs who want to leave their legacy. So the book is their legacy. Funny enough, that's probably why the idea came into my head when you said legacy. She helps CEOs in Canada create their legacy through a book. That's her niche.
Okay. What's her name again?
Adina Samuels.
Adina Samuels. Not Adina Howard. Come on, my people know Adina Howard. Not Adina. You act like you know what Adina Howard is. Man.
I know who Adina Howard is. I know who Adina Howard is.
Oh man. Now let me be quiet. I'll say maybe we'll see Papa knows, but then again, let me be quiet, man. Try to give myself trouble. One last question, man. But I do have a Moneyway 5, man. It's called the quick fire round. I'm gonna ask you 5 questions, and you tell me the first thing that comes to your mind, man. But first, let me ask you this question first. What do you want your legacy to be as a coach, entrepreneur, or business owner and mentor?
If people talk about me when I'm gone, or even now if they talk about me behind my back, I want them to say he did whatever the fuck he wanted. He was himself whenever we met him. He spoke the way he wanted to speak, and he helped people. So that's all I want to say.
Just drop the mic, won't he? Want people to know that he tried to help people the best that he can. And as he said, because he's been doing it throughout the whole podcast, he's going to say whatever he want to say. Like Bernie Mac. What Bernie Mac say, right, I'm going to say something. You know what I'm saying? You better be scared of me because I am going to say something. So
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I ain't scared of Bernie Mac. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Oh, man. That's exactly
God
what
bless Bernie. God bless Bernie Mac.
He's one of the greats, one of the legends. So, you ready, Mo?
I'm ready for the quick fire. Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
Let's do it.
What's one daily habit you can't live without?
Sleep. 9 hours of sleep.
9 hours? Man.
9 hours.
Who has the biggest influence who has had the biggest influence on your journey?
Anyone who shows up as their real selves.
Being authentic.
Judge Judy, by the way. Judge Judy's one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's a book, podcast, or resource that changed your life?
Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl, book.
If you could give your 20-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Use your 20s to build competence and credibility, because that's when you have the most energy.
Yeah, sure is. Don't wait till you get 50. Energy, still got energy, but it ain't the same. Define success in one sentence.
Doing whatever I want, whenever I want, from wherever I choose to be, with only the people I want to be with.
I like that, man. That's one to grow on right there. Hey, Mo, man, on the way out, give us one last nugget, man. One last thing that you would like to share with the audience, man, before we get out of here.
Nobody gives a fuck about how you're living your life, apart from the people that depend on you, right? And so just do what you want to do it in the way you want to do it, and you will find peace of mind at least with that. And if you find peace of mind, you're probably already in the top 1%.
Peace of mind, you all. Get a peace of mind. You heard it right here on the CJ Moneyway Show from my man Moe Choice. Mo, thank you for showing us that freedom is possible, that you don't need to work yourself into the ground to hit $15,000 a month. You can be like the story that you told, going from $65,000 a year to $200,000 a year with a plan, with a system, and carry it out. Your story is proof, man, that resilience and clarity can rebuild everything. And for our listeners, be sure to check out Mo's work at moechoice.com and connect with him on LinkedIn, where he say that's where he do most of his talking points at. We'll have all the links in the show note, plus the bonus that if you listen to the CJ Moneyway Show, he will show you the 6-figure framework and give you more perks on top of that just by listening to your boy, CJ Moneyway. And as always, thank you for tuning in to the CJ Moneyway Show, powered by Bleav Network. If this episode inspired you, share it with a friend, subscribe, and leave us a review. Until next time, keep hustling, keep growing, and keep building freedom into your life. Hey, this your boy CJ Moneyway with my man Moe Choice out there in France. Wee. Hey, we out of here. Peace.
Before you go, let me leave you with this. Every story shared here, it's a reminder that your story matters too. Keep your faith sharp, keep your focus steady, keep your vision clear. And if this episode gave you wisdom, hope, or a push forward, share it with somebody you love. Tap in with me on all platforms, Edge Moneyway, and stay locked into the movement, because God's not done writing your chapter. This is the CJ Moneyway Show, brick by brick, and always Moneyway.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.